Hello and welcome to TIWN Vision with me, your host, Katie Levine. And today I have the fantastic Frankie Wesson, and she is going to be opening the show with your version of events.
I saw your sister yesterday. She didn't talk to me. I had a dream that she came over to tell me how you'd been struggling with how it all went wrong back then. I said I didn't really care. It took me far too long to get over it then. I said I don't wanna know, but it felt good to know. But I was fine, she made it weird, like we were strangers. You never shared your bed with me. Crying on the phone upstairs, a list of things never to be said out loud again. And does your conscience keep me with the things that you regret? Or am I still the villain in your version of events? And these unanswered questions that I think I'll always have. But honey, I don't want you, I just want some of me back. I see your red dress in the background from the pictures of my birthday, and I remember how your touch felt to me. I was so excited just to feel it, but you were dangling my feelings and my high hopes over me. I'm wondering why you felt the need to delete every trace of me if you were fine. Now all those years are incomplete, and my memory stopped serving me too well in time. And does your conscience keep me with the things that you regret? Or am I still the villain in your version of events? And these unanswered questions that I think I'll always have. But honey, I don't want you, I just want some of me back. And does your conscience keep me with the things that you regret? Or am I still the villain in your version of events? And these unanswered questions that I think I'll always have. But honey, I don't want you, I just want some of me back. I just need some of me back.
Thank you so much for coming along.
You're welcome.
We were just having a little discussion that you have no idea what's going to happen.
It's all part of the fun.
Yeah, and I just said, well, neither do I. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I think it's just sitting down and having an honest conversation about like the industry.
Yeah.
And I don't think we as artists like usually have enough time to do that.
Never.
We're like,
Time? What is time?
I was like, we usually like, oh, hi. Like maybe a
Brief backstage encounter.
And that's it. And then we think, oh, actually, like we've known each other for quite some time. But I probably can't count on one hand how many times we've probably sat there
and then had a conversation.
Yeah. No. which I think is crazy. Deep question to start.
Oh, here we go.
What do you even think of the music industry right now?
In in terms of like locally, or in terms of just the giant?
I would say like maybe the Welsh kind of that sort of industry.
I mean, yeah, there's so much great music. Yeah, so many great artists. It's just it's insane. I mean, I feel like COVID has done a lot of damage. Like I'd noticed a considerable drop in the amount of, like, looking at my calendar pre-2020 and looking at my calendar post-2020. It's like night and day difference in bookings, and even pubs that aren't there anymore, and clubs and stuff, people that can't afford to put music on and whatnot. So I say COVID is definitely a big part of it. But then you've got like the introduction of like TikTok and stuff that's come in as well. So it's like there is exposure in different ways, but maybe not for... I'm an artist who's just like, I'm just used to like gigging in pubs and just playing live. That's like the main thing I do. I'm not like, I'm not posting on TikTok every day. I don't have the time or the energy.
No, I can't. I get why TikTok is there.
Yeah.
But kind of what purpose does it serve to maybe 99% of musicians? You got a 1% that you maybe go viral and, you know, the next big thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I think someone like, was it like Benson Boone? I think, was that how he got famous? Or I
don't know, honestly.
I'm glad, right? Because you must be just as bad at TikTok as me. I deleted that for months.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was like, why?
Yeah.
Why should I have to do that? Like, it's not the musician I want to be.
Exactly. I'm not like a videographer or like a content creator. Like I write my little songs, and then if I'm gonna spend like an hour editing like a TikTok and putting lyrics, like words to it, subtitles, that's how much I know about TikTok. But so I like spent ages editing a video and then like putting it out and then pushing it. I was like, it's not
you. No, it's not me. No, I think we're very similar in a way that we just rather get out there, play, interact with an audience.
Yeah.
Get in the studio with, you know, mates and really good session musicians and record music, release music. And, you know, I think if you maybe picked us up and plonked us in like the 70s or something, like we'd be laughing.
Yeah.
You know? You know, maybe not so much the kind of LGBT
I was just about to
situation.
I was like, not the queerness, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe the queerness probably wouldn't have suited.
Gone down brilliantly.
Right,
You
wasn't
never
like
know.
the 60s or something like free love and 70s free love and
Depends very much where.
yeah. Yeah, but again, that's another subject that I wanted to talk to you about. How was it growing up for you? Like, was there a point maybe that when you decided you wanted to go into music and you realised you were queer at the same time to be like, do I need to not be? Did that ever?
Not really, because I didn't like come out even to myself until I was like 22, 23. It was very late. Because I'm bi. So in my head, I was always like, well, I know I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Because I like guys as well. So I was like, so that was just like, oh, I must just be straight and everyone else is having a different experience than I am. Or I must be just straight and everyone feels this way about their female friends.
Yeah.
Right? But that's what most of my songs are about. But then, I didn't come out until like my early 20s, even to myself, and be like, oh shit, like I'm actually bi. And I actually like, my feelings about girls are real. So like by that point, like I've been gigging since I was 16.
Yeah.
I'd already had like a good few years under my belt of doing the thing. So there were like, I suppose when I first started writing songs about girls, I would like think a little bit about it, but not so much that it would like stop me doing stuff. However, we do like, because my band I gig with is like 75% queer, non-binary, like bands. We've got like every letter in the alphabet. Well, I do have to, we are aware when we go to certain places or certain gigs or pubs in certain areas how out and about we want to be with ourselves, if you see what I mean. Like, whether it's just like, right, we shut up, we play the gig, we don't have any sort of like, because we love a bit of queer banter and like some jokes
Yeah.
on stage. Like, it's just,
It's part of who you are.
feel comfortable
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, but that is always in the back of your mind, especially with the trans member of my band.
Yeah.
To be very mindful and very careful of where we are. And her safety is like a number one priority for me at all times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it can be difficult.
Really difficult. And I think going back to, I think when I write songs, like you said, you're very open. I've listened to so many of your songs, and obviously they do feature the words, she or her.
Yeah.
I think I was very careful for a long time.
Well, when did you come out?
16.
See, that's
Yeah.
I'm almost a little bit.
And even when I thought I was
Grateful that I
16,
didn't
like,
come
what's my
16.
friends like, yeah, we've known since like you were like 6. And like, oh, gee, it's okay. You could have told me.
And that's what I said. I was like, everyone was like, well, yeah. And I was like, you could have said that. But anyways.
I was like, oh, okay, never mind. But I was still very, very careful about what I said. Because I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, well, if this gets on the radio, then, or like, oh, it won't get on the radio because it's a song about 2 females.
Yeah. And not saying that we're old or anything, we're around the same age. But this was like,
We're old
This
now.
was
Like, we were going on,
this
like-
is a number of years ago.
Yeah.
Like for us to be 16. So times have drastically changed. It's that there was no like chaperone, there was no like other people when we were 16 queer female artists making music, like mainstream pop. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, like I can remember listening at 16, like people like Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah, but I mean that was it, like, wasn't it? You had like her and a couple of other people.
She was nowhere near kind of like mainstream. Like most of the people I knew didn't know it.
Her and Tracy Chapman, that's your lot.
Yeah. And then, but now, like if you say someone like Chaperone, like people are like, oh yeah, of course, like we know, and there's so many others, which is great. But I think on a smaller scale, I think there's still a bit of a gap. Like you said, you shouldn't be afraid to go and play in a place or be mindful of, like, there is a level of respect, of course. Like you go to anywhere, you respect, that culture or whatever it may be. And I'm very conscious of that in my beliefs of being open and stuff. Like, I wouldn't love, like, I'm not particularly religious.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily want someone to be over religious in front of me or to my face or stuff. I'd be a bit like, I respect you, and I respect all religions. I think all religions have their place and the positives and the negatives and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've always got that mindset. Like, you would love to say, oh well, I am queer, or I'm, because I'm one of the alphabets. And I should be able to flaunt it. But then again, you've got to think of other people's beliefs in a way, or other people's, just the same as I don't like PDA. Like, it doesn't matter if it, do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if it's a straight couple. Like, I wouldn't want them making out or getting all frisky in the corner.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with sexuality. That is that's just like, just respect.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
This song is called California. I've never seen the sun in California. Some things are meant for movie screens, like that story of one soul in 7 billion. It tried to take away my peace. And I've never been to Nashville, but I'd like to. I think I'd like the music scene, but I don't wanna go somewhere I can't go with my baby next to me. And I've seen the signs for Jesus on the highway, and I wonder, would he let me in? Or would I get left behind the borderline to sit and contemplate my sins? And I've seen a ray of hope shining through the pavements and the cornerstone, marching for the freedom of a people whose stories still remain untold. California. Some things are meant for movie screens, like that story of one soul in 7 billion. It tried to take away my peace.
Moving slightly from that one to more of like we do covers, we gig, that sort of style. But in terms of like original music, how do you see your path going then? How, in terms of like success and where you want to be, like how's it going?
This is something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and I don't know if I have any answers yet. It's just like, I feel like a few years ago, I mean, I'm probably putting myself down, like a few years ago there was a point where I was like, oh, there's another level here, like I can move up to something else. But then like not having the knowledge or resources or time or whatever, like me and my partner have just got engaged, we just bought a house, like there's other priorities right now in my life, but there's always music in the back of my brain. It's always like, I really should get back in the studio again, or talking to Ruby, my guitarist, and be like, oh, what do you think of this song? I'm just like, it's definitely something I'll always do. I don't know if I'm like coming to terms with the fact that like, if this is like the peak, then that's fine. Like I'm doing well. Like people listen to my music, and it is what it is, and I'm doing it because I enjoy it. It doesn't matter.
I think life changes as well, like you said. You and your partner just bought a house and engaged. Like they are such big moments in your life that I'm completely opposite. I'm so music. I have no care, but that's me. That's out of choice. I have no care of that side of my life. I am solely driven on, music, but my focus has been split by other things.
Yeah.
Whether it's been TIWN or Audio Avenue and that the kind of the behind the scenes, the magazines, the journalism.
Even then,
stuff.
you don't get to focus on your own songs that you want to write because you're doing everything for everyone else.
And like I'm the same as you. Like in the back of my mind, I'm going, I really need to get in the studio.
Yeah.
I brought my album out in 2022.
I'm feeling bad because I was like, people are like, when was your last album? I was like, May last year, but it's not as bad as 2022.
It's 2022. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the years have just gone, and I'm like, okay. But then I've spoken to some industry people, and they're like, chill, like, it's not a big deal. And I'm like, yeah, but I've done nothing. And they were like, you've set up a business, literally. You've done like, I think something like 13 magazines. You've worked, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but still, that's sometimes not my name,
not my music. Yeah,
you wouldn't automatically associate things like TIWN and Audio Avenue and stuff like that with Keisha Levine.
Yeah,
like that would be more music. So what I've done this year is I've gone, okay, what can I cut back on that I'm not going to miss entirely?
Yeah,
and unfortunately, that's cover gigs.
Yeah.
So I've gone, okay, I'm going to sacrifice the money that I earn.
That's the thing. That's for the money's up there.
I sacrifice that in hopes that the time that I have free, of course, that I can focus on TIWN, Audio Avenue, to build that up to a level then where I could be like, well, I have some downtime to write my music. So as I can. I've decided to do Audio Avenue, which is like this whole movement, and it's all about integrity and honesty in with the industry that is worldwide, and it's such a big opportunity to do. And I've decided to write an album at the same time while still obviously continuing TIWN and the projects that we do there.
Yeah.
Like, this is my third podcast that I do.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it all.
But then again, I like I said, I don't have to have a love life to focus on. Like that takes up a chunk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Apparently wedding planning.
How can you write an album
coming anytime soon?
No. Like, both time-wise and financially.
Oh, yeah.
Wedding, album.
That's it as well. It's like,
you were getting married. So like, you got no chance of an album anytime soon. I shelf that.
Usually my savings go to like, pop that into the studio or pop that into like a music video or whatever.
Oh. We're on chance now.
Give it a few years. Do a comeback to us.
Right, what are you going to finish this whole segment off with?
I am going to do a song called Valentine's.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Nice month to do it as well.
Oh, yeah. Deliberately chosen because it's February.
Kind of just realised that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next episode. Big thank you to Frankie. Here she is, closing out the show.
I don't think I'm ready to get home yet. Driving in the dark alone in my head. See, I've loved and I've lost so many times in this lifetime. But hearing these speakers, they all come alive. See, I've been missing her voice and their smiles and his dancing. It's always so romantic in my eyes. So I slow down the car and turn up the volume, 'cause I don't think I'm ready to let them go. But I don't mind singing outside your window for Valentine's. Is Is there a point I'm gonna get to where these songs are just songs again? And they don't take me with them into the night. To a time he said he loved me, and I thought that I was happy. Or to a moment undisturbed alone with her before the storm. And Taylor told me the love was burning red, and I think I know exactly what she meant. It was a time, it was a tale, it was the truth, it was a lie. Oh, but she'll make you a believer with those eyes. But I don't mind singing outside your window for Valentine. Realizing I was just a part in all their stories. Sometimes I tend to make people my own. It may be good, it may be bad, it may be both, it may be over. My love, my love, my love, my love, my love, just know you're not alone. 'Cause I don't mind singing outside your window for Valentine. It was never about all the words that we don't say. I think we knew them all.